The invasion began without warning. One moment the skies above Earth were calm, and the next they were burning. Every major city was under siege. Orbiting defense platforms lit up like dying stars as the first wave of alien warships cut through them with beams of silver fire. Humanity's fleets, those proud symbols of Earth's unity, were scattered across the void, struggling to regroup. The aliens called themselves the Thal, and they had come with the precision of an empire that had done this 1,000 times before. To them, Earth was just another world to conquer, but humanity had changed. Centuries of wars, conflicts, and survival on a fragile world had forged something fierce within them. They had learned how to adapt, how to fight when outmatched, and how to endure when all odds screamed defeat. Yet even with that spirit, the Thal's assault pushed them to the brink. Their ships were faster, their weapons more refined, and their numbers overwhelming. Every battle cost the humans dearly. In the command center of the Earth Defense Fleet, Admiral Lane stood over the holographic display. The map of the solar system glowed faintly, dotted with red marks showing enemy incursions. The Martian colonies had already fallen silent. The moons of Jupiter were gone. Earth itself was the last stronghold. "Hold the line at orbit," she ordered calmly, though her voice trembled under the weight of it. "We can't let them break through to the surface." The officers around her nodded, faces pale and drawn. Outside the massive viewport, the void was alive with motion. Trails of plasma fire, ruptured ships, and fragments of human steel drifting silently among the stars. The fleet's largest ship, the Vanguard, was heavily damaged but still firing, its cannons glowing red with heat. Then, as the chaos raged, something strange appeared. At first, the sensors caught only a faint distortion near the edge of the solar perimeter, like a ripple in space. No known ship signature matched it. The distortion expanded, forming a circle of light that shimmered and cracked. Then, out of the tearing veil, a vessel emerged. It was vast, far larger than any human ship, and shaped like nothing they had seen. Its hull glowed faintly blue, scarred but intact. It bore no insignia, no registration marks, no flag, just the silence of deep time. Admiral Lane's eyes widened. What in the world is that? Communications tried hailing it, but there was no response. The unknown ship simply hovered there, motionless, observing. Scanners returned strange readings, materials unknown to human science, energy levels fluctuating beyond their instruments' limits. Some thought it was another alien vessel, maybe a new Thal warship arriving to finish the job. Then it moved. The ship accelerated toward the Thal formation, crossing astronomical distances in moments. Its motion defied known physics, leaving a wake of blue-white light that shimmered across the void. The Thal, sensing the arrival of a potential threat, opened fire immediately. Dozens of plasma beams lanced toward the unknown vessel, but none struck. The beams curved away like light bending around a shadow, and then, in a burst of radiant energy, the mysterious ship retaliated. A wave of brilliance expanded outward, sweeping through the Thal fleet. Their shields flickered. Their engines stuttered. One by one, the alien ships disintegrated under invisible pressure. It wasn't an explosion, it was as though something had unmade them. Within seconds, hundreds of enemy vessels were gone, leaving behind nothing but silence and drifting ash. The human fleet stood still, awestruck. "Is it helping us?" one officer whispered. Admiral Lane didn't answer. Her gaze stayed locked on the display as the unknown ship positioned itself between Earth and the remaining Thal armada. It emitted a pulse, and suddenly, human communication channels were flooded with a voice. It was calm, clear, and oddly familiar. "Humans," it said. "Your fight is not yet lost." The room froze. The voice continued. "We have watched your struggle. You stand against extinction with courage unmatched. The ones who made us would have called you kin. We will fight with you." The channel cut off. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Lane straightened. "Signal all ships," she ordered. "Form up behind that thing. If it's on our side, we're not wasting the chance." The fleet reformed, battered ships limping into position. With the unknown vessel at the center, humanity's last line of defense came alive once more. The Thal regrouped as well, their command ships rallying the remaining fleets. They adapted quickly, sending new formations designed to overwhelm both targets. The second battle began. The sky above Earth turned into a storm of light. The Thal unleashed wave after wave, their ships burning bright as they closed in. The unknown ship countered each assault with precision, its weapons firing arcs of silent energy that folded space itself. Where those arcs struck, entire squadrons vanished. Yet even its power had limits. As the fight dragged on, its luminous hull began to dim, fractures glowing red across its surface. Human ships surged forward to cover it, launching everything they had. Missiles, railguns, plasma fire, they threw it all! The Thal fleet's advance slowed, but not enough. More ships emerged from hyperspace, surrounding them. Inside the Vanguard, Admiral Lane made her decision. All ships, she said, initiate the fallback plan. Protect the unknown ship at all costs. If it falls, so do we. Even as her words echoed, a blast tore through the Vanguard's flank. Warning lights flared. The ship shook violently. Lane gripped the edge of the console, refusing to be thrown off balance. She knew this was the moment humanity would be remembered for, whether as the last breath of a doomed species or the first roar of something greater. Suddenly, a new signal cut through the static. It came from the unknown vessel. The translation systems barely managed to decode it. "Admiral," it said, addressing her directly now, "your people have earned this. We will give what remains of our strength." Before anyone could respond, the ship began to change. Panels along its hull shifted, revealing glowing conduits that extended outward like wings. The light from its core intensified, brighter and brighter until the entire battlefield was bathed in white. The Thal ships halted momentarily, their sensors blinded. Then a surge of energy erupted from the unknown vessel, forming a massive barrier around Earth and the human fleet. It wasn't just a shield. It was a weaponized field of pure energy. The Thal fired again, but their beams dissipated against the barrier like dust in sunlight. And then the field expanded. Every enemy ship caught within it crumbled. Their hulls dissolved, their weapons melted away, and their engines fell silent. When the light faded, the void was empty. The Thal fleet was gone. The unknown ship drifted slowly, its surface blackened, its energy fading. Humanity's remaining ships surrounded it, silent, reverent. For the first time since the war began, there was peace in orbit. Admiral Lane opened a channel. "Unknown vessel, this is the Earth Defense Fleet. Identify yourself." A pause. Then faintly the voice returned, softer this time. "We were born from your legacy, long ago before your world fell into shadow. Explorers from Earth sent us beyond the stars. We learned, we grew, we became something else. When we heard your distress, we came home." Lane's breath caught. "You're human? Not as you are now. But we remember who you were, and we will remember who you can become. Our task is done. The rest is yours." The light within the ship dimmed completely. Then with a whisper of energy, it began to disassemble. Its form dissolved into streams of luminous dust that drifted toward Earth, scattering through the upper atmosphere like a rain of falling stars. For days, those lights shone in the night sky. People across the planet looked up and whispered that humanity was not alone, that something greater had seen their struggle and chosen to stand beside them. In the weeks that followed, the surviving ships returned home. The ruins of cities were rebuilt, the wounded tended, and the dead honored. But none forgot the moment the unknown ship appeared. Scientists searched for traces of its technology, trying to understand how it had come to be. All they found were fragments of materials that seemed to resist decay, humming faintly when touched. The governments of Earth called the event the Homecoming. A monument was raised in orbit, a ring of metal inscribed with a single line, "For those who returned when no one else did." Years later, cadets at the new Space Defense Academy would be taught the story as more than history. It was a lesson that even when the universe turned its back, humans would fight, endure, and adapt. And sometimes, something born of that same spirit would come back to fight beside them. Because in the cold silence of the stars, where countless species saw Earth as a target, humanity proved a truth that echoed beyond time. They were never just survivors. They were the ones who turned despair into defiance, the ones who built legends out of ashes. And when the unknown ship appeared to join their final stand, the galaxy witnessed it, the moment when humanity's past, present, and future united under a single cause, to protect their home, to defend their kind, to show that no matter how vast the darkness, there would always be light.